Good morning, so I'm back, Chef Danny, and to start us off, I'm going to do scrambled eggs. Basic, most people like it. Most people get scrambled eggs wrong, I think. Juice running out the bottom on the plate, overcooked, rubbery. I think that's why a lot of people sometimes don't like them or ask for them when they go out for brunch and stuff. And the safe bet is poached or fried. But today I'm going to show you my way, which I think is the best way. And I think if you start doing them like this, you'll prefer them. So all we need, you need a good non-stick saucepan, non-scratch spatch, 3 eggs, which I think is a nice portion, piece of toast, already in the toaster, whatever bread you like, sourdough, butter, salt and pepper. That is it, and a plate to serve on. So start by getting the eggs mixed up. So let's get these in the bowl. 1, 2, and 3. Pop them shells to one side for now, as I won't need them. I will need to rinse my hands every now and then though. Give them a rinse. And then, little fork. So give them a bit of a whip up first. You can add a bit of seasoning in a sec. But the main mistake with scrambled eggs, I think, is that people cook the eggs with something. So it could be butter, could be, see the butter's not for the eggs. The butter's just for the bread. Olive oil, spray cal, butter. The big mistake is cooking the eggs with something. And I think that ruins the texture that they should be when they come out, because when I'll serve these scrambled eggs, which you'll see, they'll stay on the spatula. If it goes to plan, they'll stick to the spatula. So a decent bit of seasoning, salt and pepper. That's all that's going in the eggs, nothing else. Get the pan starting to heat. Now I'm going to go with, I'm only going to start off with a low heat. Didn't know what that noise was then. So I've just got mine number 3, so it's a low heat. I'm just going to mix that seasoning into the eggs. That'll do it. Now, when we are cooking them, we definitely don't want to blast them, but we don't want to be there forever. So I'll just start getting the pan a little bit warm, a few seconds. Bang the eggs in. Pan's crucial. Like, even if it's a good non-stick frying pan, it'll work. I just think with a saucepan, it's just better to mix them and to cook them in. So they're in, get rid of that bowl. Honestly, scrambled eggs don't take long either. So lowish heat to start with, and just be on them. Like, don't what you don't want to do with scrambled eggs, like you can do with boiled eggs, is leave them in the pan for 4 or 5 minutes, then come back, and then what you'll come back to is just a dry mess, and you'll be like, don't really want to eat that. So mix them up. So I'm going to add a bit more heat now. So on my setting, if I put it on about number 5, it's about a midway heat. Don't want to go too quick with it because they'll just overcook too fast. Okay, don't overmix either. Just leave them a sec. I'm probably going to pop the toast down as well in a sec because I can get the toast sorted, buttered on the plate before I take the eggs off. Might be a case as well where I do take the pan off the heat once they're done and just leave it to one side. Okay, let's let them cook a little bit. Any questions as well, cooking related, always pop them in the comments. Other little tips as well I can give with eggs. So if you like boiled eggs, this is another one. I I know everyone's got different preferences, but I like boiled eggs with a runny yolk. If you want boiled eggs with a runny yolk, then you want to put them into boiling water gently so they don't crack for 7.5 minutes. So medium to large eggs, 7.5 minutes. Soon as that time has gone off, get them into cold, like icy water, ideally. Let them cool off a few minutes and then peel them, and they should be runny in the middle. 30 seconds can literally change that, so get them off quick. Small eggs might be more like 7 minutes. Be careful with it, but I hate it when I do boiled eggs and the yolk is all dry and hard. Horrible, don't like them. Okay, so already these eggs now starting to form. You can see, because I'm using a good pan, I just don't have to work hard. Like, this is a really soft spatula, I don't have to work hard to take it off the bottom. But what you don't want either with scrambled eggs, if you leave it cooking too long without mixing, you'll end up with like big omelette shapes of egg instead of it being scrambled. So start to come together now. I'm going to pop that toast. So bang that down. Might have to flip that, it's not the biggest toaster. But see, I've just took it off the heat as well, because sometimes I want to mix it while it's not on the heat, because when it's on the heat it's always cooking, it can easily go dry. So like now there, like it's still obviously quite wet, and it needs more cooking, but it's close. So I'm gonna knock the heat down to 4, just take a little bit of heat out of it. And this is where I need to be making sure I continue to mix, because I want to get the right, what's the word, like texture now between it being cooked and not like a raw wet, but not dry. And that's what I'm going for, is where the egg, like I said, kind of wants to stay on the spatula once it's cooked, but it doesn't seem like sloppy and raw, which we don't want. So it's getting there. So you see how it's starting to get more cooked now. It's you know what I mean. It's not dry and lumpy, and I hate it when you get scrambled egg and it won't stay on the toast. So now this is very near. So you see how I'm taking it off the heat again, because I don't want it to overcook. You see how much I'm mixing it now, but it's very nearly done. Like, I'm just giving it a little blast of heat. Boom, 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 boom. And this is why, again, that non-stick pan is crucial. But don't go and ruin it with a metal spatula. So this is pretty much there. And you can see how that type of texture is forming, where it's staying on. It's not like falling off. Well, also it will fall if I tip it enough, but it's not, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's not dry and clumpy. Pretty much done. I can still tell it's not fully done, because it's still got a little bit of like that type of moisture where it's not fully cooked, which is not nice. That's probably like the type of moisture you get running out of the bottom. But they are pretty much there. Just getting that last bit of non-cooked moisture out. And they are, I would say, about right. So you see now how it's starting to, you can, with good scrambled egg, you can, so I'll flip that round. But you see how you're trying to time it as well? You don't want the eggs to start going cold whilst doing the toast. But like when good scrambled egg is cooked, I bet you're like, I wasn't getting so excited about scrambled egg, but you can almost form it into a bit of a shape. See, like it is in the pan now, I can kind of like put it together and it just like holds. It's not like, it's not all like, see how it's holding on the spatula there, even when I'm tilting it like that. Well, obviously, because it does fall off eventually, but it's just cooked perfectly. It's well seasoned already. Right, that is done. Right, I just took a little bit more moisture out of it then, but that is done. So I can gather all that egg now in the pan. So you see there, that is bang on, yeah? But remember, I didn't cook it with anything. It's just the 3 eggs. Don't mess the eggs up by adding something in. It's different if you're frying eggs. I think frying eggs and a little bit of butter is the best way. But don't add stuff into scrambled egg. So take that off the heat, put it to one side. Got a plate ready. How's this toast doing? That's looking pretty done, right? Yeah, happy with that. Good. Bit of butter. Proper butter. Not that margarine, fake stuff. Get some butter on there. Couple of like thin little squares. Spread that on. Love proper butter we do. Okay, this is my like first main meal today really. Had a little protein shake this morning, but that's been about it. So, boom, that's sorted. And then get the egg. Put it. Let me move this to one side. You go over there, you. Right, get the egg. So see how it's like shaped in there? So I can put it on the spatula now. And put it on the toast. I can just like sit it on there. Sit it on the bread. And it'll just, like, I don't have to worry about it all falling off and going everywhere. Because it's a nice, like, texture and consistency. It's not overcooked and dry. So it's not just gonna fall off the bread. It's gonna stay on the bread. That's a one sign that your scrambled egg's overcooked. When you put it on the toast or on the spatula, it's just gonna fall off. Whereas that, I can like almost get it all on the bread and it's not just gonna fall off. And because you've used a bang on pan as well, you're not gonna have loads of dry stuff in the bottom. Yeah. Last bit on. Another sign that scrambled egg is really good, it's almost a texture where you can spread it on the bread. Yeah. Touch more salt on the top. A little bit. Tiny bit more pepper. And that is perfect scrambled egg, according to me, Chef Dan. Yeah? Enjoy your breakfast.